Manchester United hits rock bottom. Manchester United's name used to echo across the halls of football and glory.
Glory, glory, Man United!
They were fearsome and adored in equal measure, unstoppable giants who ruled the pitch. But now, something has changed. The formerly great Red Devils have stumbled, fallen from grace. What happened? How did they go from the height of their fame to a place that was so unknown and dark that not even their own fans could understand? We explore Manchester United's sad descent today, showing you where the powerful have fallen and how they might rise up once again. Manchester United, the mighty giants who once dominated the whole footballing world, now find themselves struggling in a shadow they never expected. Manchester United, which was once a fortress of strength, power, and endless victories, is currently navigating the murky waters of hopelessness and defeat. The gaps in their armor have been too big to ignore after several seasons. However, what actually happened? What caused the football dynasty to fall apart? Why is this significant? Because Manchester United is more than just a football team. It's an institution and a symbol that transcends football. Their fall from grace is a lesson for all of us, not simply a tragedy in football. We must go back in order to completely understand how Manchester United got to this position, rewinding time to when they were unbreakable. United was a relentless force, a footballing behemoth of supreme quality under Sir Alex Ferguson. But the instant he stepped down, the winds changed and they shifted hard. Their opponents started to become less fearful of them. Teams that once trembled at the sight of the Red Devils suddenly sensed cracks that were opening up inside the team. Their former sense of invincibility gradually gave way to fragility, and the empire they had built over decades of success started to fall apart in front of them. Manchester United lost more than just a manager when Sir Alex Ferguson abandoned his tight hold over the squad. They also lost their inspiration and the driving force behind their success. His unwavering capacity to inspire others, his meticulous attention to detail, and his talent for getting the best performance out of even the most unexpected players were all invaluable. In an attempt to fill his shoes, his successors gave down under the pressure of expectation and were unable to hold the same authority or respect. The unity that had previously driven United's unwavering quest for glory started to erode as strategies got muddled and player morale declined. The team lost their way in a downward spiral of mediocrity with every season that went by without a distinct identity or a leader like Ferguson at the helm. It all started with an identity crisis and a lack of direction. No manager has ever been able to match Ferguson's level of success, including David Moyes, Louis van Gaal, Jose Mourinho, and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Both the players and the supporters were left feeling disoriented, restless, and unsettled by this continual turnover in leadership. The transfers followed. Manchester United's attraction started to fade. Players now enlist mostly for their paychecks rather than for the club's passion, as professional football players prioritize their own glory over the success of their teams. The heart and soul that once defined United gradually began to fade away. Prominent signings like Paul Pogba, Alexis Sanchez, and Angel Di Maria made a lot of promises but didn't live up to them. Every setback caused the once brilliant Empire's basis to fall apart even further. With poor performances on the pitch came unrest off it. The game itself was the primary factor that made Manchester United an unstoppable force, but the hierarchy was more concerned with earnings and appeal to a global audience. Football was not the driving force behind decisions. Business was. While sponsorships increased dramatically, the team's performance declined. The supporters, who were once Old Trafford's lifeblood, became frustrated. The Theatre of Dreams became a nightmare's haunted mansion. Even with high-profile additions like the return of Cristiano Ronaldo, the overall downturn overshadowed rare glimpses of brilliance. But the rot goes deeper than just managerial blunders and failed transfers. The deeper reason is the increasing disconnection between the club's identity and its owners, the Glazers. The Glazer family has long been regarded as absentee landlords who are more focused on financial gains than the glory on the field. They have allowed the team to suffer while draining the club's finances and piling up debt. Supporters have come to the streets to express their annoyance, wave banners in the air, and plead for a new ownership that will recognize Manchester United's unique identity. The Glazier ownership model is driven by profits rather than passion, and that has led to short-term thinking and a lack of vision. Their focus on commercial deals and global branding, though financially beneficial, has come at a cost, which is the erosion of the club's DNA. The lack of investment in proper footballing infrastructure and a clear strategy for success has left United a ship adrift, aimless in a sea of modern football's rising titans. The squad's discontent increased in connection with the rot. The dressing room, which had once been the center of harmony and unwavering determination, started to fall apart. Players began to lose trust in the club's direction as well as in its managers. Groups and dissatisfaction with the decisions made at the board were reported more and more. This emotional instability was reflected in the outcomes on the field. A few of United's most gifted players, people who could have flourished in a competitive setting, simply lost their spark. Under the weight of a failing management, players such as Marcus Rashford, who once represented optimism for the club's future, turned into shadows of the players they once were. The corrosive climate hindered the growth of talented young players who should have become prominent figures in the footballing world. It was now more important to restore belief and reignite the fire that had once burned so brilliantly than it was to focus on tactics and formations. Confidence, once a hallmark of United's attacking flair, had withered under the weight of repeated failures. The dressing room was no longer a hive of aspiration, but rather one of distrust, doubt, and growing despair. The breaking point, the unthinkable losses, humiliations at the hands of rival teams like Manchester City and Liverpool, where United appeared to be a shattered, helpless, and defeated ghost of their previous self. The club that was once the epitome of bravery and resolve has now reached its lowest point. But like with any significant decline, there is a turning point, a spark, something that might spark a rebirth. Is it the vision of Erik ten Hag? Is it the eager, youthful talent coming out of the academy, prepared to bring the badge's honor back? Is it the broader understanding inside the club that change is not just required, but also unavoidable? Amidst the darkness, can the flames of glory ignite once more? In the shadows of despair, can a new dawn break? Only time will tell. A spark of optimism lingers amidst the gloom. Even in its moments of weakness, Manchester United's heart continues to beat. Renowned for his meticulous disposition and strategic acumen, could Erik ten Hag be the man to spearhead a comeback? We are aware of his no-nonsense approach and passionate desire to lead the Red Devils back to their previous heights of glory. His goal is to rebuild Manchester United one player, one strategy, and one brick at a time. Will Erik ten Hag be able to do so? Is he really the best person for the job? Can his previous Ajax success translate to Old Trafford's high-pressure environment? Or will United need the comeback of another club legend to lead them to triumphs? And we must not overlook the academy, Manchester United's renowned history of developing new players. People like Hannibal Mejbri and Alejandro Garnacho represent a new day and a fresh beginning. These youthful faces, free from the specter of previous shortcomings, have the potential to lead the way and illuminate the path out of the shadows. Manchester United is at its lowest point ever. The thing with rock bottom, though, is that there's only one direction to go, and this is upwards. With the right leadership, the right players, and the heart of their fans beating stronger than ever, there may still be hope for this fallen giant. Watch our upcoming video if you want to see even more amazing tales of football's biggest ups and downs. You won't want to miss it, I assure you. Click right now to join us on this journey.